Hey, so it's been a while since I've actually filmed something with Gus and Frankie for you. So I do work with them, but I wanted to film working the two dogs together and really working on that place and impulse control. So I started off with one place cot, and you'll see halfway through I pull out two place cots for them to work on. Because they get funny with who's actually on the cot. Like Gus will get on it, and then Frankie will butt him out of the way. Which is pretty funny. But here, Frankie is on a place, and I'm asking Gus to do stuff. I release Frank, and then it's okay, let's switch places. Um, I would say this week, with Frank still kind of like coming back from the mend, Gus has been not necessarily more pushy, but he has been more pushy. He's just been really more forward and like, hey, I'm gonna do this now, which has been really funny to watch the dynamic between the two because Frankie really does. When Gus is like, no, I'm doing this, Frankie's like, okay, no big deal, and he totally lets go. Um, so I was able to actually work on Gus with some of his reactivity. We were able to work on some of his stubbornness. I know he's a perfect gentleman, but it's still some of the naughty lab stuff is still in there. So I was able to work them individually, and back and forth too. Now you're gonna notice right here, I'm working on asking both boys to place, and this is where Gus is like, "Woo, I'm free!" So this is where I'm like, okay, let's keep working on this. And I eventually, this is where I pull out the secondary cod because Gus is just like, "No, I can go. No, I can go." And this is where that like some of the stubborn lab traits are underneath that gentleman posterior or top part. He knows what to do, but he's just like, I'm gonna go. Good. And right there, that's where you can see like he can do this. He's just, is it worth it to me? Okay, so right here is something I'm really proud of. Um, this is where they really do understand what place is, and you can call each one individually. Now, Gus was a little pushy in the beginning with me, but I was able to get them to both recall off at different times on this. And they understand the concept. They know what they're supposed to do. And they're happy about it. That's the thing with both boys, is that they really do get it. Now, I was a little surprised at how much Gus was struggling in the beginning, but by the end of this and by our second session for the day, he really was like, I got this. But I have to admit, I've been working the boys together, but I've also really been working them separately, so they get their each own individual time. So I'll probably, over the next couple weeks, as we finish this last package out, work them together again, just so that we get them to understand, hey, when I'm told place, just because Frank or my brother or Gus gets to get off, I don't get to. See, and that's where Gus did a phenomenal job of staying on, but then Frankie was like, woohoo, and started walking off. But yes, we love the work that the boys are doing. And really, I was able to mess with their thresholds with it too. Now, I did do a quick play disengagement. I did it with Frankie. Gus wasn't interested in it, but since Frankie's been doing some of the demand barking, I wanted to reinforce that pause command. So I'm playing tug with him, and then I'm going to tell him, Frankie, leave it, and you'll see him in just a moment drop it and sit right here. And this right here, yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of remind him, hey, you don't get to push up whenever you want. When it is time to disengage, it's time to disengage. So I'll be reinforcing some of these behaviors too. I'll probably do Gus individually since he just lets Frankie have his moment. But I just wanted to share, like, reinforcing that nice, calm exterior.